Hello, it's good to see you. Today we're going to be making something really great. It sounds really great. It's a cinnamon swirl sweet potato cheesecake. I've never tried any such a thing. Now, I have only ever made cheesecake one other time in my life. It was a unicorn cheesecake and we made it together. And if you saw that video, you know what a disaster that was. I went exactly by the recipe and apparently they left out a key ingredient, but I didn't know because I'd never made cheesecake before. And it never set up properly. It tasted good, but it just had a weird consistency. But today we are going to be doing a different type of cheesecake. Cinnamon swirl sweet potato cheesecake. And we're going to use the last bag of these cinnamon chips that I had here. We're going to use that in a springform pan. I've never used one of these before. I went and bought one a few days ago. This is a Wilton 9-inch springform pan. And I was messing with it and I popped it open and somehow managed to catapult the bottom out of it. It was very loud and clattery and scared the cats away. But hopefully it will work for this. But you have to have a springform pan to make this thing. So it doesn't have a lot of ingredients. One thing that I discovered that I did not know was a thing before this morning. You can buy a box of graham cracker crumbs. So you don't have to squish your own graham crackers if you don't want to. For $2.75 at Walmart, you can get a 13.5-ounce box of graham cracker crumbs from Keebler. Isn't that great? I don't know why. That just made my day to see that I could just buy a whole box of crumbs. So we're going to need those. We also need sugar, butter, 4 packs of cream cheese, light brown sugar, a can of sweet potatoes, 3 eggs, vanilla extract, pumpkin pie spice, and the cinnamon chips. It says it's an intermediate skill level recipe. So let's start putting it together. All right, we've gathered up all of our ingredients, and I'm going to put a link in the description to this recipe so you can find it. So for this recipe, you need 1 3/4 of a cup of graham cracker crumbs, which I have here, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, let's see, a 1/4 cup of butter or margarine. This is just a 1/4 cup of margarine here, half a stick it says. 4 packages of cream cheese, softened. I have 4 of those. 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, which I have here. And then 1 can of sweet potatoes. And they say it should be 14 ounces. I have 14 ounces here, and it has to be drained. I actually got these at Aldi. The can was 29 ounces, so I didn't have to use the whole can. I just took out enough to fill this up to 14 ounces. I didn't press them down, but I just kind of compacted them a little bit. So the sweet potatoes are there, or yams, whatever you want to call them. Sweet potatoes or yams in light syrup drained. I'm sorry, 15 ounces, not 14. 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and of course, a package of Hershey's cinnamon chips, or any brand, doesn't matter. I went ahead and cut it open. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So the first step for this recipe is that you want to combine the graham cracker crumbs, the granulated sugar, and the butter in a small bowl and stir it until it is blended. And then we are going to pack it into the springform pan to completely cover the bottom and go 1.5 inches up the sides. So let's get that ready. Here we have our bowl and our 3 ingredients, and this is going to coat the bottom of the springform pan. So I'm going to add the graham cracker crumbs. Get out of there. Okay. And the butter. and the granulated sugar. Just sprinkle it over the top. There. All right. And we have to stir this together until it is well blended. It smells good. It smells like butter and graham crackers. A lump of sugar, look at that. I don't want sugar lumps in there. I'm not making this for a horse. Honestly, I thought it would stick together more. Okay, that's pretty well blended, I think. It already smells good. All right, let me reach my pan. Okay, so here's your springform pan. And what you do is you unlock this and it opens it up to the point where this is like a trap door and this just falls out. The bottom falls out. It came out violently when I did it. All right, I guess I just pour it in there and press it down. I'm going to use my hand to do that, I believe. I don't know how I'm going to get it to go up the sides. I guess you just kind of mush it up a little bit. I hope it holds together. Well, it's going up, sort of. Crow out there laughing at me or something. Well, he just won't get any. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. Ooh, now that is step one. Oh, you also have to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. So now that we have this all ready, I believe it's pretty good. We're going to move this aside and then we're going to start mixing up the other ingredients. The next thing we're going to do is take the sweet potatoes and we're going to mash them with a fork. And they're already soft, so I don't think that'll be too hard. Let's use this Tupperware bowl right here and a fork. You want to mash them until they're light and fluffy. That's easy. See how soft they are? Okay. That's got it pretty good. Now we're going to set that aside and bring in the big granddaddy Tupperware bowl here. Alright. I need a large bowl, and I'm always paranoid when it says large bowl, that whatever bowl I pick is not big enough. So I go with this one that you can basically do the Super Bowl in. Okay. Now in this bowl, we're going to take the 4 containers of cream cheese. We're going to put them in here, take them out of the packaging, because if you leave the package on it, it's going to change the way your cheesecake tastes. Take them out of the packaging, put them in here, and add to that the brown sugar. Now once I get all the cream cheese and the brown sugar in here, I'm going to use my electric mixer and mix them together until it is nice and fluffy. So let's see how we open these. It takes special skill, apparently. You just peel it open, and it's already nice and soft. Okay. Oh, this one's super soft. I don't know why this one's so much softer. It's downright squishy. And I'll go back and scrape this extra out. Okay. And here's the 4th one. I think this is the most cream cheese I've ever handled in my life. So I'm going to take a little scraper or something and get the rest of the goodness off here. So I need the cream cheese and the brown sugar. Let me just double check. Yep. So here is our cup of packed light brown sugar. Oh. That's funny. Well, it was really packed. That looks like a gourmet dessert. Look at it. All we need is some chocolate drizzled over it and a little sprig of something. Okay, and this is not much to look at right now, but I'm gonna mix all this together. Let me go ahead and just grab a fork and see what we can do. Just a little preliminary mixing. I have to do it. I want to do this. Smush. I'm glad this cream cheese is soft. Oh, look at my mess. There. No, okay, now I'm actually going to go use my hand mixer, and we'll see how it looks after I finish that. All right, look at that. I don't know why I thought it would be a different color. I thought it would be darker, like a brownish color, but it's really not. So this is just the cream cheese and the brown sugar. The next step is that you're going to take your squished up mashed potato. They are mashed potatoes. They're mashed sweet potatoes. You're going to put your sweet potatoes in here, and then you have to mix it again. Now this is going to change the color. Now I'm going to use the mixer again. I'm just going to do a little preliminary mixing with a fork. So this step involves using the mixer to mix in these sweet potatoes into your cream cheese and brown sugar mixture. Now I'm going to go do that. After that, the next step, you're going to beat this until it's smooth, and after that you add the eggs one at a time, and then the vanilla and pumpkin pie spice, beating on low speed until all the ingredients are blended, scraping the sides of the bowl occasionally. So I'm going to take this and beat this all together, and then we'll come back and see how it looks after we add this and the spices. Let's see what that looks like. I wanted to show it to you before I add the spices. Look, it can't even believe how good it looks. Like how fluffy it is. It's really full. It kind of looks like Santa Claus, like there's a little bit of his beard or something. Like, I don't know. It makes me think of Santa or somebody. It looks like a person with a beard, a bushy beard, and like here's part of the mouth and here are the eyes. Like a bald man. I don't know. Well, let's put some spices on him. All right, we're going to need, let's see, we have my pumpkin pie spice here. We need 1 teaspoon of the pumpkin pie spice. This is from Stone Mill from Aldi. So I have my little teaspoon here. And we'll sprinkle it on the little man. I'll have to blend this in next. Ooh, a teaspoon of that. And then let's see, I need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Let's quite a lot. Okay. Now when we come back, we're going to see what that looks like. And here's what it looks like with the vanilla and the pumpkin pie spice mixed in. Doesn't really look very different. It still looks like abstract art. It's really cool, actually. The next step, we haven't forgotten the cinnamon chips. The next step is we're going to take these chips and put them in a bowl, and we have to melt them, and then that will be stirred into the mixture here. So we're not going to leave them like this. We have to melt them. So let me go melt these, and then we will pour it over and then mix it again. Okay, actually, for the next step, they're all melted in there. The next step, we take 3/4 of a cup of this mixture. I'm just going to try to get about 3/4 of a cup in there, and then you mix it into this. And it says it will have a pudding-like consistency. Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, it suddenly changed. Look at that. The heat did something to it. Okay. All right, now I've done that. That was the end of step number 3. Now for step number 4, we're going to spoon half of the cream cheese mixture into the crust, half of the cinnamon mixture, and then swirl it with a knife or a metal spatula. And then we top it with the remaining cream cheese mixture and spoon the remaining cinnamon mixture over the top of that and swirl to the outer edges of the pan. So, I hope that's all right. That's just what it did. So let me reach my pan again. Okay. Let's put this here. That's where it's going. I'm gonna go grab a spoon. Okay, and my plastic spoon and my little thing. So we're gonna put about half of this mixture in here. Try to spread it a little. It's really thick. Okay. Now, let's see about adding this to the top. About half. It looks like chili. I don't know. I think I messed it up. It looks like I'm putting chili on here. Oh my god. And it doesn't spread very well. But we're going to swirl it with a knife anyway. So, I don't care. I'm not even going to be eating this. I'm going to be taking it to work just like everything else I make. People at work are going to start hating me. Like, Mary, you've got to stop bringing this stuff in here. haven't had any complaints yet. So any chef tail out there that wants to tell me I'm doing this wrong, I don't care. I'm trying to get it up closer to the edges. Okay. That totally looks like chili to me. More? Lots more? Ooh. This thing's gonna weigh a lot. Feels heavy. Boy, that's going to be really full. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is actually going to be something I have to finish tomorrow because and you bake it and then you have to let's see. You have to bake it and then let it cool for an hour. And then you have to remove it from the pan and then refrigerate it for 4 hours or overnight. So I'm going to have to actually finish this tomorrow. Okay. I've never had a recipe so complicated that it took more than a day. That's funny. Okay. More chili. I wish you could smell this. Oh my word. It may look ugly, but it smells so good. It doesn't spread very well. Okay. I'm supposed to take a knife and swirl it around. Okay, so that combines everything. Now I'm going to bake this 60 to 70 minutes or until the center is just set. And so we're going to do that and let it cool and see how it looks. Okay, so it's been about 8 hours that the cheesecake has been in the refrigerator. I just took it out and I cut some. I just cut a little piece here. Get that? Isn't that pretty? It smells wonderful. You look here, you can see the graham cracker crust. A little bit of it kind of fell off there. I have not tried it. Although something told me I might want something to drink. So I got this little juice glass and I just poured a little glass of milk just in case I need it. So I have not tried it. I'm going to try some of this graham cracker stuff. That's good. Some of that pumpkin spice kind of seeped down into it too. So let's see how it tastes. Oh, they look good. Smells good. It definitely set up a lot better than that unicorn cheesecake did. Look at that. Oh my God. That was a lot of work. It is so worth it. That is really, really good. This graham cracker stuff is good. So you kind of have a little layer of that cinnamon on the inside and on the top. And then you have the other stuff. That is good cheesecake. I'll tell you, after the night I had, I need something. I made a video about a hypothetical alleged winter concert I may or may not have gone to this evening. I feel like I earned this piece of cheesecake tonight. Theoretically. That is so good. And it's so golden brown. It is so awesome. It said to allow 60 to 70 minutes for it to cook. It actually was more like an hour. It was more like an hour and 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. It said you had to look for the middle to set up, but my stove is ornery. I don't know if you can see it. Here's the top. It turns this beautiful golden brown right up there. Oh my gosh. I was afraid it was burned. I didn't know. Because it's like a rich brown color. And I thought, oh gosh, I burned it. It is not burned. It is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I feel like I really accomplished something with this. I actually made a cheesecake that's edible. And it looks like cheesecake. Dexter's not as sad as he sounds, I promise. I have milk in here. I've discovered if you have milk in the room, he will climb you like a tree. And I'm not letting him have milk right now because I've tried a couple of different things and it seems like his stomach gets upset easily. I'm introducing things gradually. Man, this is really good. So yeah, I will put a link in the description to that recipe. It does have some, different steps to it. It's not something you can whip up in 5 minutes, but it is so worth it. If you like sweet potatoes and pumpkin spice stuff, try this recipe. It's really good. You don't really taste the cinnamon as much as I thought you would. It's kind of there, but it's not strong at all. So I definitely recommend it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye. I'm going to go tend to Dexter.